Hi, everybody. It's Craig from Doc Sports back with your Thursday college basketball 8 rundown of we got 1 ranked game and 7 other good games that I like. Don't forget, if you want to get on my top plays, I've got a special for you. If you get in right now, you text your number right here. Text my number right here. Text your name to my number. You get an all sports. I'll send you the link to get the all sports pass through the national championship game, just $175. That's almost 6 weeks. It's like 5 weeks and 5 days or 6 days all the way through the national championship. And that's all sports included. That's like a $800, $900 value. So you can't beat it. But the only way to get it is if you text your name to my number right here on the screen. Okay, let's go college basketball. Rhode Island and St. Bonaventure, early game, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So let's get this going. Then we can roll that, hopefully parlay it into some better plays later. Both these teams about even, 15-12 for Rhode Island, 14-13 for St. Bonaventure. This is the conference. The A-10 has been a little down this year. Outside of St. Louis, it's been pretty good, although Dayton did beat them. Maybe we get another bid from this league if someone else wins the conference tournament other than St. Louis. I'm sure they'll get an at-large bid. But I don't think it's going to be these two teams. They have trouble sticking a bunch of wins together. Rhode Island's lost 3 of their last 4 games. St. Bonaventure's lost 3 in a row. And, they're giving up. They're just not playing great defense. I mean, they've given up 91, 71, and 78 points. But I do think they're the lesser of the two evils here. This is not a good road team in Rhode Island. They lost at a very bad LaSalle team. I just don't think LaSalle's very good. I think St. Bonaventure takes care of business, and it's only -1.5. I see some 2.5s out there. I think they win by 3 to 5 points, so I think we're safe. Next game, Temple at FAU. And this is not the year that I thought we'd have for either one of these teams, to be very honest. I thought both of these teams would be better, and they both have 15 wins right now. FAU has 13 losses. Temple only has 12. But, we've seen Temple play with some good teams, but the last 4 have not been good. They've lost to Wichita, UAB, North Texas, and Tulane, and they really have not been close. The closest they've been was 3 points at home against North Texas. But, they have not been good on the road this year. And they're facing a FAU team that historically is pretty good at home. But this team is on the skids right now. They have one win in their last 8 games. It's just kind of fallen apart in front of their faces, as they say. And, they have covered some numbers as underdogs in close games. They had a 1-point loss to North Texas. That could have went either way. But they lost at Rice. Rice isn't very good. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to take Temple plus the 4.5. I'm going to take Temple plus the points in this one. Next game, Liberty's having an amazing season. They're a 2-point favorite at Kennesaw State, total 153.5. And Liberty's 23-4, tearing up the Conference USA, first in the conference. And, as good as they've played this year, though, it all comes down to the conference tournament. This is a 1-bid league. Whoever wins the conference tournament's going. Liberty will be in the NIT if they lose. But I think they were good enough to win the NIT this year, especially since we've seen a lot of the big conference teams kind of opt out in the last few years. I don't think Liberty will see that, but I do think Liberty wins this game. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on all the great content we have here at Doc Sports. They lost last time at home against Western Kentucky. I think that'll have this team ready to go. That was the first loss in their 9-1 their last 10 games. They haven't covered a lot of points because they've been laying a lot bigger. So I think we get a better value here. It's a Kennesaw State team that, they've lost. They're 2-2 in their last 4 games. They beat Louisiana Tech and Missouri State. Sorry. Those teams are world beaters. Liberty is very good. I think Liberty takes care of business on the road here, -1.5. Speaking of good under the radar teams, High Point at Presbyterian. High Point's a favorite by 11, total 50.5, even 150.5. High Point's having an amazing year. It's like they made the tournament last year. It was a big news. They lose their coach in the offseason, which was weird. But they put together a great team in a bounce-back year. And right now they're 26-4 on the year, and they're just murdering teams right now. This is what they've done lately. You take the 2-point win against Winthrop. Winthrop's a solid team. Before that, they beat UNC Asheville by, 26 points? They beat the team before that. They won by 25, 15. They're just killing teams. I think they take care of business on the road. This is not a great Presbyterian team. They're just 5-5 the last 10 games. And the first game this year, High Point was a close game. It was only a 3-point win. So I think High Point will be ready to go in this one. I think High Point takes care of business in the second matchup here. Michigan State at Purdue is the one ranked game we have for today. And this has been a kind of a struggle for both of these teams. I really thought when I watched these teams play earlier in the year, I was like, man, these two teams are going to end up being two of the teams to beat. You know, like I guess the Big Ten is tough. So you're going to have some, questionable losses along the way. But at least Michigan State, I thought that was a danger game against Ohio State and UCLA. They took care of business in both of those games, straight up at least. And, they're facing Purdue came off a blowout to their rival by, 29 points. I thought that game would be closer. But, Indiana did not show up for that one at all. The game before that, they did, Michigan took care of business on the road at Purdue. I think this is too many points. I think Michigan State and Tom Izzo will figure out a way, and I think it's going to be a lower scoring game as well. I think the under is a good play as well. But I'm going to take Michigan State plus the points in this one. Now, don't forget, before I get to the last three games we have of the 8 plays today, get on my All Sports Pass. You can get all the way through the national championship game for just $175. So it's $30 per game when you're buying them individually. So for the price of 5.5, 6 plays, you get them all. And that's all sports, college basketball, NBA, Major League Baseball that come along the way, and of course NHL when I have those, or props. So you get it. The only way to get it is you text your name to my number and I'll send you the link. Okay, let's go. Wichita State at Memphis. This has been the year to forget for Penny Hardaway. And I do think they'll probably give him another year, but, he's not the greatest coach. So when he doesn't get the elite talent, he's going to struggle here. And I think this game spells trouble. I mean, they're 3-7 in their last 10 games, yet they're favored here. And that's both straight up and against the spread. First matchup of the year, they lost by 15 at Wichita. I think Wichita State's just clearly the better team. I mean, they're 6 wins up for a reason, and they've won 3 in a row. And, in 5 of the last 6 Wichita State has. Give me Wichita State as an underdog. I think they win on the road tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if that line flip-flops either way, but I like Wichita State to win by 4 or 5 points. Now we got 2 games left. We got Hawaii at UC Davis. And this is a good Hawaii team. They got off to the really hot start in conference play, and overall, they got off to a hot start. Now, lately, they haven't quite been as good because a lot of these games have been on the road, and we know how much better they are at home. But they are 6-4 in their last 10 games, but just 3-7 against the spread. And they're facing UC Davis team that, they've been win one, lose one for the last 4 games. And this is a hard UC Davis team to figure out. Hawaii's second in the Big West. They really, really need this game. I think you take Hawaii in this spot. I know on the road this year, they're just 4-5 on the road, but, I think they come to play in this one. They did lose. They lost to Cal State Northridge 3-back, 4-back. They played Bakersfield, and they won by 15. I think that's how they play in this one. Give me Hawaii minus the small number in this one. Now we go to another Big West game. We've got UC Irvine versus Cal State Northridge. This is a 10 o'clock game, so one of the later games on the board. Might be the last game on the board, in fact. But this has been a really competitive year in the Big West. Irvine is number 1 in the league, but it's close. Like we just talked about Hawaii, Northridge is 3rd in the league. So it's like there's a lot of teams. Who knows who's going to win this conference tournament? I think it's going to be wide open. First matchup of the year was way back in December. Irvine won by 14, yet this time they come in and they're the underdog by 1.5. Now, Cal State Northridge is playing really good basketball. They've won 6 in a row and 5-1 against the spread. Like they won against Hawaii 2-back, against Riverside, and this not been close. I mean, they did win by 2 against Santa Barbara as an underdog there. I think you take Northridge here. I think they upset Irvine as far as the seedings are, even though Northridge is the favorite as far as the seedings in the Big West. Irvine's number 1. Cal State Northridge 3. I think this flips. I think Cal State Northridge wins and covers the 1.5. All right, so that's what we have for today. Don't forget, if you want to get on my All Sports Pass, text my number right here. Text your name to my number, and I'll send you the link. The only place to get that link is directly from me. I'll send it to you. You get all the way through the national championship game for just $175. That's almost 6. I think it's 3 days short of 6 weeks worth of all sports action. That's like a $900 value, something stupid. So make sure you get in on it. Test me out. All right, guys, have a great day. See you again tomorrow.